Back to the snow day edition of Great Day here. Hope your Monday's going well. It is time now for a segment we do every Monday. We call it Money Matters Monday. It is the end of the year, and that begs the question, have you had your checkup? I'm talking about your financial checkup. That's where Bart Humphrey comes in. He joins us now from the Circle of Advisors. How are you, Bart?
Doing good.
I mean, you could give me a medical exam too, but that would seem odd.
Well, I don't have my gloves on.
And thank goodness for that, because there's a lot of kids watching on a snow day.
This is true.
So what are we talking about here with the end of the year checkup?
Well, I was thinking before I came on here, it's kind of like when you retire and you're getting ready to retire, it's like going on a trip.
Okay.
But the challenge is you go on many trips, so you learn from your mistakes. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many times I've packed and I get somewhere and I've forgotten something. Well, the next time I don't forget it.
Right.
If you were coming to St. Louis right now, you wouldn't need to bring your sunblock. Maybe your galoshes. Do they still use that word?
Galoshes is still a thing.
Still
sure.
a thing?
Yeah.
And so, what do you need for this trip you're going to take only, hopefully one time?
Right.
Nobody wants to go back to work.
Mm.
So when people come in our door, they always want to know, well, what is your process? Mm-hmm. And what we've tried to do is put together as many of the components that you're going to need to make your retirement successful, because there are things that are necessary. A common question we have is, when will I start, and where should I start Social Security?
Yeah.
You can start it anywhere from 62 to 70. Yeah. It may be different for you than it will be for me. Maybe one of us is married, one of us isn't.
That's right. There is no one size fits all.
There really isn't. And then, Medicare comes into play. All these different components that we've tried to bring under one roof for the convenience of our clients. Yep. We've brought together professionals that will serve the client, serve their needs. What's your taxes going to look like in retirement? For people that are working, what's your taxes going to look like? We just had a tax change, so we're still educating people out there. Mm-hmm. What does that look like? How's that going? How can I take advantage of it? Will it affect me negatively, positively? Right. And how can I take advantage of it?
And many of these things are things you only get to choose to turn on.
Correct.
Once.
One time.
So you really, of all the decisions you made in your lifetime, particularly when it comes to your financial security, you don't want to foul this up.
That's right. If somebody has a offer from their company when they retire with a pension or a lump sum, one time. Mm-hmm. Social Security, usually one time, right?
Yep. Right.
And then Medicare, that can be reviewed each year, but you need a professional to do that. You need to make the right choices. All these things, and one of the most neglected ones, Matt, is how does my retirement plan look for unforeseen healthcare needs?
Sure.
Which, it happens. I hope that everybody out there just goes through life, they never have, they die in their sleep.
Right.
But unfortunately, that's often not the case. And we all know somebody that has had a healthcare crisis, that's affected themselves or their family, somebody they love or know. And we try to see, can you address that issue on the front side, rather than to go into crisis mode when that day comes?
Because to say that those crises are expensive would be a gross understatement.
They can be devastating.
They really can. They can attack your estate plan like nothing else.
Yep.
Something that's getting more and more attention too, and you guys talk about it more and more, rightfully so, I think, tax complications, tax implications as to when you start Social Security, how much you should withdraw from your IRA accounts. Boy, without having an expert at your side helping guide you and make the right choices, it's very easy to stumble there as well.
It really is, because it's hard to undo something once it's done.
Right.
It's easy. 20/20 vision looking back is always a lot better, right? Mm-hmm. My wife would say that, and if she could have, maybe she wouldn't be my wife now. But just thinking out loud.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Mrs.
She should have thought that plan through.
You know what?
It's not my fault.
She probably put more planning into her vacations that year than she did into them.
She did. But these things have great impacts. Yeah, and retirement, your income, where's your income going to come from? Mm-hmm. And is it guaranteed? You need to put these foundations under your plan to just give yourself the most opportunity to succeed.
Right.
And legal planning, Matt.
And instead of going to one end of town for the legal planning and another end of town for the will and another end of town for IRA distributions, all under one roof.
How nice is it for those professionals to be able to communicate with one another in order to give you the most advantage?
Here's what I hear. You get to go on vacation, but they pack your suitcase for you.
There you go.
You can use that. Put that on the brochure. That was good. If you'd like to get in touch with a Securus advisor for a free consultation, they've made it super easy for you, and there's no strings attached here. You can call 636-720-1900 or 800-720-4252. You can also check out their website, too, circleofadvisors.com. Thank you, Bart.
Thank you.
Much. You bet. Laura?
Thanks, guys. Next on